I've found people being, what in Australia we call it multiple chemical sensitivity, or chronic fatigue, or even like before you actually get chronic fatigue, where the whole system crashes. You get smaller levels of that. And again, with electricity, it doesn't affect everyone the same way. Some people are, like there's a word, electro-allergic, and other people can take more because they're stronger in that way.
Would you say children are more susceptible to these electromagnetic fields at home?
Absolutely. I've often seen, like the one example that comes to my mind is a little boy who refused to sleep in his bed. He slept on the floor next to his older sister in her bedroom. And once we fixed the wiring, and he was too small to understand any of it. Once he fixed the wiring, the next night, the next day the parents rang me. He, for the first time ever, he goes to his bed and slept there. They're more sensitive to variations in the environment. And
so you say this covers everything from mobile phones to wireless routers for internet at home, and cordless cell phones, basically. Wow. And it's difficult to not be, you know, going into these advances in technology because they make life more comfortable and more, you know, accessible to go online and on the internet. So you have some of these instruments on the table with us. It looks like a plane or a Christmas tree, but it's I know it's more than that. What does it do, and what do you see with that?
This one measures radio, television, and which is analog radiation, and pulsed, which is digital radiation from mobile phones and wireless networks.
All right, And what will you see with that? I mean, if you can turn it on, although I'm sure you'll get readings here because we're a TV station.
Before I turn it on, I have to say that it's perfectly normal to have high readings here. You just don't want them in your bedroom because that's where your body needs to regenerate. So I just turn it on, see what happens. You can hear it.
Yeah, I can hear it. So in the workplace, it's unavoidable to have these high frequency, you know, high exposure because of Wi-Fi, you know, all the electro wires all around. But you'd say that, I mean, if it's unavoidable at work, it's to keep your home safe. Because it's where you rest and recharge, essentially.
I would love to make it avoidable at work, and I love to work with businesses because it's often really quite simple to use wires instead of wireless for the computers.
So your advisory for people at home, internet is something you cannot live without. I mean, you have your own website. But wireless is, you know, you would not advise wireless anymore at home. Would you rather people wire up?
Yes. Definitely. The people are also not aware that the wireless connection exists all the time. Whether it's a cordless phone or the internet connection, it doesn't turn off when you hang up your phone. So everyone in the home, from the little baby to granddad and grandmom, everyone is constantly being radiated by it.
I was so curious about this before I got on here. I asked you if you own a cell phone, and you do, but this is one of the phones that you have, and you have a... I've never seen a case like that.
This is
so what do you put on it?
My wife's phone.
But what's around it? It's not for swimming, obviously. It's not for the beach. That's what it looks like, though. And what does it do?
I don't know if you can see it on the television. There's a, I call it like a microwave oven door. We put a silver-coated, like a mosquito net fabric behind the vinyl here, so the phone can only send and receive through the back. And the head is protected. The head absorbs about 80% of the radiation of the phone. And so every little bit of distance or protection, like a microwave oven door, works really tremendously. It reduces about 95% of the radiation to the head.
There are people who sell, stores who sell these stickers that you put in the back that they look like they have some sort of microchip. Do those work? You wouldn't say.
I wouldn't say they would. But I can say that no instruments show that they make a difference. Sometimes they have claims that go beyond what instruments can measure, and maybe there's something in it. But I wouldn't rely on it. I'm actually concerned about the false sense of security they give people. They think, oh, I've got that sticker, now I can be on the phone as long as I ever like. Because that might not be safe.
And if people would want to use mobile phones, you suggest that this is the best alternative.
Definitely.
To have something like this. But are these readily available in stores? I mean, How can you find them? I know you yourself, you have them on your website.
I can tell you an interesting story about this. That someone in the United Kingdom invented a mobile phone shield, similar to this, I suppose. I didn't see his invention. He did a patent search and found out that all the mobile phone companies actually have patented shielding to be built into the phones.
Really? So but they don't use it?
No. That it eventually will come through.
Okay.
And in the meantime, yes, we have to find solutions ourselves. If you want to have a look at my website, there are ways of doing it, and I'm happy to help anyone.
I was about to ask you, because there are not many building biologists around to help people out. If they want to check if their homes are safe and secure, how can they do it? Do you have tips on your website?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Right.
That's what the website, there is an information section with lots of hints and tips. I'm not sure how they all can be translated or whether they can all be translated to life in the Philippines, but people can make that choice themselves.
But all the more the better. All right. So, and the website is, could you tell us what the website is?
www.livespace.com.au.
Okay, LiveSpace is one word, basically.
Yeah, without the E in the middle. L-I-V-S-P-I-C-E.
Okay. Livespace.com.au. Okay, we'll flash it on the screen later on in the program. We'll get more graphics. So, livespace.com.au. All right, Dr. Joachim Herrmann, thanks so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. A pleasure. Thank you. Folks, you can email us at mornings.anc@gmail.com or text us at 0926-667-4541 and 0927-414-4777. You can also check us out online on Multiply and Facebook. We'll have another stock market update after the break. Stick around. This is Mornings at ANC.